And it's right 10 o'clock, so we're going to get started on time. And just know that we are recording this, and we'll share this out through email with all of you, as well as the other 400 people that are invited to this meeting to watch the recording at their own convenience. However, we really appreciate you guys joining in live. Now I'm hearing an echo. We're good? Okay. In this room, was anybody on? Yep. Okay. Anybody else? Because I'm hearing myself echo. This is a good reminder too, that because you are able to unmute yourself, if you are unmuted right now and not speaking, if you could mute yourself, that would help with some of the feedback. Okay, I think we maybe got that figured out. So I think we're good now. What I was saying is we do have 432-ish people invited to this meeting. So we really appreciate the people that are joining live, because we have a question and answer session at the end that we want to get feedback. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear the good things. We want to hear the things that we can improve upon. So just maybe be thinking now about a question that you might have for us at the end. But to start with, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over to Chris Ford, President and CEO, to just welcome everybody to the meeting. And a reminder to unmute yourself when you're speaking.
Good reminder for me too. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday to you. I've had the chance this week to reflect on my role as CEO. I've been in the position for just over a year now. We have made some significant changes as an organization on how we carry out our mission. And in my opinion, the most significant change that we've made is to the team members that we have at Riverbend Food Bank. I'd venture to say that the majority of employees on this call were either not in their positions that they're currently in, or were not even with the organization just a year ago. Each team member at Riverbend Food Bank brings unique talents and perspectives and expertise, and together we embody resilience and determination. I'm confident as leader of the organization that we are rounding into shape as a cohesive team, and we are going to be the best version of Riverbend Food Bank. So today I ask you this. I want you to challenge us. I want you to share your insights, your ideas, your expectations. Your feedback is invaluable to us, and it helps refine what we do. Ultimately, we are here to support you and amplify the impact that you have in your individual communities. Thank you for your partnership, and we ask that you keep doing good work. Have a great Friday, and I will turn it back over to Nikki.
Thank you, Chris. I'm just going to flip to the next slide here, give you a quick view of what our agenda looks like, and then we're just going to jump right in, because hopefully we will have lots of time at the end to answer any questions that you might have, and to do as Chris asks of you, challenge us, give us your feedback, let us know how we can grow and meet your needs. So that's our agenda. Starting with our Hunger Relief Partners slide that I've been starting these meetings with, just to give you an overview of the 432 Hunger Relief Partner sites and programs that we have at Riverbend Food Bank. All of these sites and programs are invited to this call. So we realize that some of the information that we share might not necessarily pertain to the work that you are doing, but we feel it's important to share all of the work that's being done at Riverbend Food Bank to give you that holistic view of the work that we do in the 18 counties in Illinois and the 5 counties in Iowa. Just because we're doing great work because of the great partnerships and programs that we have with you guys. And so we're all in this together, and we all want to support each other. So we will try really hard to let you know the slides that we are presenting on, what group it might pertain to. And some of the information does pertain to everybody. So just stick with us, but this is, it's a large group of people. I am going to say it one more time. We are very thankful for the people that are joining us live because we want that give and take feedback. And so if at any time you have a question, feel free to put it in the chat. We've got people monitoring the chat, or feel free to raise your hand if you want to come off mic. I will do my best to monitor that as well. So with that being said, I am going to turn it over to Gretchen Nolman, who is going to give you an update on our produce policy.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Nikki. I appreciate that. So yes, effective beginning of September, we started charging for produce. So we have come up with a produce policy that is in regards to the returning of it or the bad produce that we might accidentally get on that pallet. We are trying to do our due diligence of doing better at making sure that we have good produce for you and we have a good selection. So the return policy that is going to be also emailed out after this call is going to talk about that reporting unusable produce within 24 hours of a delivery or a pickup. We must have photos. It has to be weighed and then a brief description of the issue. We need to have this all emailed to the orders at riverbendfoodbank.org with your agency name and the order number and the date. That way then myself and Emily can work on looking at this and making sure that we approve it and that we get the right credit to your account. The one thing that I want to make sure that you guys are aware of, though, that is if this is not reported within 24 hours and not have the right documentation, we cannot give you a credit back. So, and then also, we don't want it returned unless we've actually talked to you about that instruction, just to make sure that we're doing our due diligence and stuff like that. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, we'll put a email out that has this information out in a Word document with some pictures as well that talks about what we are clarifying as a bad produce and what is good produce. The other thing that I've tried to really do with our warehouse team here in operations is start building produce pallets to where you have a better variety of items. And that way, then you're not stuck with 8 or 10 of the same item. We're trying to do maybe 2Zs and 3Zs of different items so that you have a very good variety on those things that are coming to you and everything, because we want to make sure that we are giving good produce, because that is the number one thing that is asked for. So if there's any questions, you can email me personally or you can email the orders at Riverbend. We're more than happy to help you out. So that's all I have for right now, Nikki.
Thank you, Gretchen. It looks like we have a question from Karen.
Yep, we don't have a scale. If it's in the original packaging, is that required?
Gretchen, could you hear that question? I'm not sure.
I could, yes. Karen, I will get that clarified with some information that I needed to double check on when I send out the information for you. And then I'll also follow up with a personal email to you as well.
Any other questions that we can answer at this point? Again, you can come off your mic or feel free to put it in the chat. And we can answer it at the end of the call as well, too. So don't see any other hands shooting up. So we're going to go ahead and turn it over. I'm going to slide over here and we've got Jana Gallagher.
Thank you, Nikki. Hi, everyone. Thanks for letting me have a couple minutes today. We here at the Food Bank are very busy, all hands on deck, getting ready to launch the 39th annual Student Hunger Drive. It officially kicks off on Monday, September 29th, so we're just about 10 days away. Happy to report that we have 16 area high schools joining us this year in a friendly competition to bring in food and funds for the largest fundraiser here at the Food Bank. This campaign, as I mentioned, kicks off on Monday the 29th and will run through November 6th. We're excited to welcome the students here and celebrate them at a big rally on the 29th. Every year, we challenge these students with a pretty lofty goal, but we're asking them to bring in enough food and funds to be able to provide 1 million meals. We're excited at the prospect of that. And the good news about all of those meals is that the food that they bring in goes into our shelves, back into our inventory system. So while not everybody probably has a high school in their area participating, rest assured that the food that they bring in will go back onto our shelves in an inventory for all of you to be able to access. Any questions? Okay, I am going to turn it over to Nicole Lauer, our communications and marketing specialist, to share news about a big initiative we just launched. Awesome. Thank you, Jana, and thank you all for letting me speak today. I planned a great event with people on the Riverbend team, but also particularly Jana on Monday. We were at IH Mississippi Valley Credit Union headquarters to launch Million Meals Match. This is the first time we are, oh, my speaker notes are there. We are inviting businesses and community leaders to the table to help us raise an additional 1 million meals, or a collective $200,000. That is in addition and separate to Student Hunger Drive, and it is running concurrently with the Student Hunger Drive. It's off to a really great start. I don't have a dollar amount to share at this moment, but I know Jana has some numbers in her pocket so far. And the event on Monday was really heartwarming. We had a lot of community leaders, a lot of Riverbend folks, and just great media representation helping us launch this. And the important thing to know is that this is really a point of advocacy for the Riverbend Food Bank, but also all of our hunger relief partners. We know our community and our hunger relief partners are having to do more with less as SNAP cuts and other legislative changes come in. And so it's really important that we have these community partners at the table with us. And the other important part is that this, both the food and funds raised at Student Hunger Drive, but also Million Meals Match benefits our entire service area. Right now, Student Hunger Drive is a Quad Cities initiative by our Quad City High School students and those feeder schools, but the food and funds that they bring in benefit all of our partners. For the next, sorry, that's okay. Great. So this is just some of our news coverage that is on the left here. We had great attendance both at the event, and then we had a couple pre and post interviews at the food bank. So we had excellent reception from media. On the right there are the social media graphics that hopefully some of you get to see out and about. As our supporters, you can see there is a branded one for IH Mississippi Valley, but also John Deere Classic. We have over 10 ambassadors who have already signed on to the project. And as Jana just mentioned, Student Hunger Drive has not officially kicked off just yet. So we are certainly hoping to add even more ambassadors and supporters to that mission. So I wanted to share that progress both for Million Meals Match, but to talk just a little bit about Riverbend media planning. All of our press releases will be posted to Riverbend's website. That is important for both media access, but also for our partners to be able to access current and past news going forward. And then I also gather monthly news mentions for Riverbend and send that out to our team every month. If that is something as a hunger relief partner that you would appreciate getting, I would be happy to add you to my list. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies. Okay, again, I forgot to introduce myself at the beginning. I'm Nikki Haben. I'm the Partnerships Director, and I have a partnerships update for you, just a few items. One is a program that we wanted to share with you that a pilot that we kind of kicked off just to see how it would go, and the results of it have been amazing that we now are ready to share it with everybody. It's a feel-good fridge program provided by Whirlpool. And what Whirlpool is doing is providing free refurbished refrigerators and freezers to partner sites who are in need of one, need a replacement or need an additional, or just want to get started with a a pantry and looking to have the appliances to make it happen. So in a nutshell, it's free delivery and setup. Once you go through the application process, they provide the maintenance if something happens to it, and they'll even haul away the old appliances. There's literally no charge. It's a relatively easy application that you can see in the bullets. Several of our partners have already taken advantage of it and have had really good response from the woman that's helping us create this partnership. She's very helpful on getting the information to you. It's lining up the delivery step by step, working with you on a timely basis, and literally just makes it happen. It's almost too good to be true, to be honest. So if you are interested, if you have a need, please send an email to me or to Jared or Danielle and let us know. And then we send you an interest form. And then once you fill out that interest form, it happens within like a week or two. It's very quick. Like I said, these are refurbished refrigerators and freezers, so they might come to you with some dings, which is really kind of fun though, because they provide some fun magnets that are like food magnets to put over top of the dings. So it's kind of cute. I was at the YWCA last night, and as you can see, they've gotten 3 refrigerators and 3 freezers. And they are very functional, very working. They're beautiful. They just might have a dented in door, a handle that might be a little loose or whatever, but it's been an amazing program. And Amy, if you're on, if you want to throw something in the chat about the ease that this program has been, that would be appreciated. But just wanted to throw it out there. They have a Feel Good Fridge website that you can maybe learn some more information on, but please just send us an email and we can get you started on this great opportunity. Any questions on this? I heard a question, is there a restriction as to how many? And I don't believe there is a restriction. Last I heard, they had something like 87 refrigerators and 40 some freezers that they were like literally contacted me saying, get the word out because we have these available. So as far as I know, there's no restriction on them. And they're just regular stand-up fridges and freezers. And we got the information in the chat to email us if you're interested. Okay, any questions? I don't see any questions on that. We'll move on. My other update is we announced this at the last partnerships meeting that we're forming a Hunger Relief Partner Advisory Committee. I've got all the information there on the screen. We're looking for 7 to 9 members from across our 23 counties. We're really looking for some individuals who can think bigger picture than just their own pantry and think about Riverbend Food Bank as a whole, and want to be a part of this task group that will help us with our priorities, increase the transparency and the communication, a sounding board for new initiatives, maybe look over our agreements or our paperwork from a pantry perspective to let us know what works and what doesn't. It's going to be a really great opportunity. We're looking forward to forming this committee and developing these relationships and seeing where this committee can take us. I will tell you that because it's a 23 county area that we're looking to do most of our meeting virtually. So hopefully that won't be a barrier for anybody that, is interested but is concerned about the transportation. If you are interested, please just send me an email and let me know. Let me know why you're interested, and we can go from there. I do have 4 members that have came forward and said they are willing to be on it, and I'm super excited to get this going. So as soon as we have the members, I will be reaching back out to you and we'll get something started. Any questions on the advisory committee? Rachel also put a link in the chat for the Feel Good Fridge program if you want to learn more information before you reach out. I'm going to throw in one more thing before we turn it over to Rachel and open Q&A. I just want to piggyback. I just started in this role in March. So I have not been through the student hunger drive before as a staff member at Riverbend Food Bank. However, I have been at my home when students have come by and asked for donations, and I would go to my shelf and see what I had, left over and do what I could, which obviously is very appreciated. I guess I'm throwing this out there that Jana did a great job explaining that it might be those 16 schools, but it does contribute to our inventory, the 23 counties. So if you don't live within this area where they're coming and asking you for the food or for the donations, if you have somebody that is living in the area that this drive is happening, please reach out to them and let them know how important this is, not only to the Quad Cities, but to our whole 23 counties. And let them know also that if they don't have food readily available on their shelf when somebody stops by, donations, monetary donations are very, very much appreciated. We can take that money, and of course, with the buying power that Riverbend Food Bank has, we can make that donation turn into 5 times as much as if they put something off their shelf. So please promote it. Please let people know that it's not just about canned items, that if they don't have that, they have the monetary option. This is just, from what I understand, Jana, this is the biggest fundraiser that Riverbend Food Bank does. So it's very important, and it does contribute to all 23 counties. So I'm just throwing that plug out there, just because I didn't realize that before I started working here. And it was just mind-boggling to me how big this program is. And Jana does such a great job working with the high school students and visiting all of the schools. And it's such a fulfilling experience for those students as well. So it's just a win-win-win for our whole communities. So just wanted to throw that plug out there. Okay, before we open it up for the true question and answer session, Rachel's going to just jump on really quickly because, like Chris said, we want your feedback. We want to grow. We want to be challenged. So she's got a question for you all to explain. And are you coming over here, Rachel? Or yep. Okay, sweet. I'm going to step off, and Rachel's going to give you a little update.
Hi guys, really quickly, I just want to let everybody know, some of you guys may have gotten an email from me, actually from Nikki, about our online order system, or it's called Primarius internally, it's PWW on your guys' end. But our system actually is multiple parts. It's what creates your invoices and has our inventory in it. You put your orders through it, you put your statistics in it. So all of that is connected in your online platform. We are evaluating a new platform for a bunch of different reasons, but we really want to hear back from you guys about like the pain points, the things that you have trouble with our system, the things that you have trouble with on ordering, or things that you might like to see. Would it be nice to see something a little bit different, or on your guys' end for your reporting for grant purposes or anything like that? So I'm going to shoot y'all just a really quick link that you can fill out. It takes about 5 minutes, a quick survey, just answering those couple of questions. What would you like to see? What's challenging in the system, in our current system? And if there's any, like if the world is your oyster kind of thing, like what could we do better in that system? More to come, but I'll send you guys that link really quick. And if you guys don't mind filling it out in the next couple of days, by Monday would be fantastic. I know it's a short turnaround, but we are having some demos coming up pretty quickly. So we appreciate all of you guys' input, and more to come, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel. Okay, we are ready for our open Q&A. Rachel has already sent the link to that survey in the chat. Like she said, it's just a quick 5-minute one. If you can spare that time, we would love to hear your feedback. And let's open it up, see if anybody has any questions or comments or general feedback. Anybody have a feel good that they want to share? A story or something that they've seen at their food pantry recently?
Put in the chat.
In the chat, delivery times have become much more reliable in the past few months. Awesome. Thank you, Karen. How does inventory work? At some points in time, it says you have a ton of said items available, and the next time it is completely off the site.
And Gretchen's here, would you like to see?
I would love that. Yes. Here we go. Do this.
So that's a really great question. Usually when you're on your order platform at the very last column before you enter your quantity, it should say how many is available. So if it says 100 today, we have 400 agencies ordering, and sometimes it does go just that quickly. We are also evaluating, just so you get, again, full disclosure of what we're trying to do internally, as well as for our new order system, is to find ways that we can, especially those high need items, can control that a little bit more so that it's not disappearing as quickly. I know Gretchen has some, comments on that as well. She had to pull off the call really quickly. But some of that, especially ones that are like under 100, can be ordered in less than 24 hours. A lot of those that are high needs, we also try to limit the amount that any one agency can order so we can spread it out a little bit more. But that's kind of the easiest way to explain it. Another question about software. Will the software demo include representation from the users? Good question. The software demos probably won't. There's 3 that Feeding America suggests, and we will probably do the initial demo, but when the actual system is set up for us, I'm hoping that we have really awesome trainings, some demonstrations of how the software works. We even might throw some things out here that says, like, if we push the button and activate this on the new system, is this something that you would use? Each one of those features in any of the platforms can be customizable. I think, I hope that answers your question, but if you've got comments like that or specific things that you want to see, sometimes that is just a great way to get us involved in that conversation. Can you email the ordering system survey? Our ordering person is out until Tuesday. Yes, we will. You want to?
That's a great comment. I can email that out when I send the recording. I'll include that in.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Jenny Colvin has a quick.
Jenny.
Can you get her on there?
Hey, Rach, I just wanted to add on to your comments about getting feedback about the ERP system, inventory system. I think that's like Nikki said in the beginning and Chris said, share your pain points with your partnership manager and tell them what your needs are, what you're experiencing, and the team managing this process can definitely take that into consideration as they decide on what system we're going to use moving forward. That's all.
Thanks, Jenny.
I see that the 19-cent fee on produce is necessary, but our agency will probably not be able to continue to order produce for our county's distribution. I would like to maybe chime Jenny in on this. She did a great job last month on fundraising the development side of what Riverbend Food Bank provides to our partners. And we really encourage anyone who might be finding a barrier or struggle to providing the services that they have been providing to reach out to us to see if there's anything that we can do to help you bridge that gap. Jenny, that work?
Yeah, said it beautifully. Yes, yeah, I think, Ruth, if you are having some barriers to funding for the people that you serve in your community, please reach out to your partnership manager. They can connect you to someone on the development team who can really sit down with you and understand what your needs are and see how we can partner with you to make sure that people experiencing hunger are still being fed. Thank you for the comment.
I'll give it
Nikki.
just another, yep, yes, please.
This is
Yes.
Kathy. Yeah,
Mhm.
up here at Dubuque. Just kind of something that I've experienced with some of our partners. And just to reiterate it, when they're online ordering, they are ordering out of the Davenport warehouse only. It's not the Dubuque one. So I know that's confusing for some of our partners. So I just wanted to kind of let everybody hear that again.
Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate that. In the comments, I know this was mentioned last month, but who do we talk to about requests we'd like to see for food? Thank you for that follow-up. Very much appreciate it. We actually were going to talk about that at today's meeting, and then we kind of went off. We thought about it more of what we really wanted to ask of our partners, and so we postponed that until next month. However, this is very important information that we want to collect from you. We're just trying to figure out how to ask it and how to get the information from you that will help us move forward. So you no need to email us at this point, but look for some sort of a survey or request form to figure out. I think the main thing that we're trying to figure out is what are the items that you are having to purchase elsewhere that Riverbend Food Bank could put into their inventory to help with getting you the food at a better cost, more consistently, when you need it. So that's how we're trying to figure out what that survey is going to look like. What is it that Riverbend can do with their inventory to help you use Riverbend Food Bank and the support that we have with our partners instead of finding the food elsewhere? So if you have suggestions, I mean, please continue to email. If there are specific items that you're having to buy elsewhere that you think Riverbend could put in their inventory, you can email that to us. I would love to see that feedback coming in sooner than later, but also know that we're working on some sort of a survey to gather that information from you.
The next question says, the selection seems more limited recently, especially with fruits and vegetables. Any plans to expand the purchased food options?
Again, I don't think Gretchen's on. I can take my knowledge of it and Jenny's knowledge of it is, yes, they are, the operations team, the food sourcing team is looking to figure out what resources we do have coming in, the inventory that is available. Of course, we've talked before about the USDA foods, that the cuts that we have experienced and what Riverbend is doing to bridge that barrier, bridge that gap that we've had, and figuring out what the inventory can look like going forward. This is not an excuse by any means, but Healthy Kids Iowa really took a lot of the time and energy over the summer and a lot of the storage space, to be honest. We ran into many situations where we weren't able to accept donations because of the lack of storage space that we had because of the Healthy Kids Iowa. So now that program is over, the food sourcing team is working really hard at getting the foods back in our inventory to start the school year off, to start the pantries off this fall. So I know that's at top of mind of getting that inventory back up to where we had it before. Jenny, other comments on that or feedback on that from what you know?
I'll just reiterate that, we have a nutrition policy. We haven't done a great job of communicating that out. But that's part of what we're looking at when Nikki mentioned the survey that we're working on. It's a balancing act, right? Between utilizing the dollars, stewarding the dollars, the donor dollars, the best way possible to get the most nutritious, healthy food, the more green items, and finding for Gretchen to find items that she can get as much of at a great price. So because that gets trickled down to you guys. There will be items that maybe we used to have in stock that we will never have in stock again for a slew of reasons. If it's helpful, we can try to explain those items to you. That's why sharing what your requests are with our team is really important so we can communicate the why. But the goal of ours is to provide the most healthiest, most nutritious foods possible. And we want to be able to provide you guys the things that you're guests are needing. So it's just really reiterating what you said, Nikki.
Also,
just wanna-
there's not a lot of meat and essentials like soup, etc.
Yep, just want to acknowledge that we do see that comment as well and taking that into consideration. All of this information is helpful and will be consolidated and utilized
I
along
wonder
with the
if Chris,
survey.
sorry to interrupt you, Nikki. I wonder if Chris can speak to just how our manufacturing partners, how production from our vendors has changed and how we feel it with retailers. Chris, are you still on? Can you speak to that? Just how that shift has been made since COVID with the food items that we have access to?
He may not be on. I know he had to
Yeah, I
prep
don't
for an
see
11
him.
o'clock.
Yeah. I know, just in short, my limited knowledge, what's going on for absolute certain is what Jenny was saying. There's the big chain of people. So the stores are buying less, they're having less on their shelves. And when their meat gets to the end of its life, instead of donating that to where we would get that or pantries would get it, they're selling it at more discounted rates more often now too. So instead of, again, we would get that food and we would then distribute that out. They are now trying to save every dollar they can and make every dollar they can on the meat specifically. So that's a big part of that too.
If this is not answering your questions, or if you have, further information that you would like, please come off the mic and let us know or put it in the chat. I know we're all feeling it.
I know, at least for our pantry, that is something that, especially going into the colder months and everything going around, could be very beneficial for a lot of people, I believe.
If you are not utilizing Meal Connect, if you're not in conversation with the sources of food around you, the Dollar Generals, the Quick Stars, the local places that you may be able to find more food sources. If you are interested in learning more about Meal Connect, please reach out to us so we can maybe help connect you with businesses in your area that may be able to donate to your pantry. It's a great program, Meal Connect. Again, reach out if you would like more information. What about developing a list of basic items we can expect to be available to order each month? I will definitely pass that on. Great comment. Thank you. Basic items. That's a great point. Thank you. Give you all just another minute. See if there's any other questions. Feedback, feel good moments. And if you have nothing now, but think of it later, again, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. That's what we're here for. All right, going once. Thank you for taking the poorly planned program HKI and making it work. You guys did that. We talked about this at last month's meeting and put all the 22 sites up there and their director, and the kudos came pouring in. You guys really took a program with not a lot of time and not a lot of direction and made it work. So thank you. Thank you. Okay. I think we'll wrap up. We'll send this recording out. Again, Really appreciate the people that were here live to ask these questions, give us feedback. It's very appreciated. And I think that's it. Look for next month's registration link. This platform seems to be working, so we'll continue with it. And until then, you know how to reach us. Again, this is your partnerships team and just the staff at Riverbend Food Bank. We sincerely thank you for partnering with us and navigating through all of the challenges, all the changing times that we're encountering. And we're in this together, and we appreciate you. So thank you very much, and have a great Friday, great weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.